Hello everyone, my name is Alex and I'm Chief Idiot at Peace Advocate Photography. Right, this is a rapid fire critique. Mr. Jared Polin, aka the Fro, owner and operator of FroKnowsPhoto.com, has asked his readers to critique 10 of his images that were taken on the recent Matisyahu tour. Matisyahu is a hip hop reggae singer songwriter, and yeah, here we go. Right, so this image over here, I think it's a really good capture showing Matis in the context of his life as a family man. I don't think it would be as powerful if this little guy wasn't looking towards the left, because yeah, if they were looking forwards, there just wouldn't really be much interest in this picture. And the only criticism that I have really is that the background could be just a bit more blown out. This was shot with the 70 to 200 2.8 at 2.8, which as far as aperture goes for depth of field, you can't really do any better. But perhaps if it was taken from slightly further away at 200 millimeters, it might have blown out the background a bit nicer. But yeah, overall, really nice capture. Moving on to the next one, I really like this image over here. Really powerful black and white edit. A lot of emotion going on around here. You've got this guy here, seems to be eating something. He just seems to be on top of the world. Pretty happy. This guy here looks tired, bored, something like that. Well, I guess being on a tour away from home, away from friends and things like that probably takes its toll, but yeah, it's just a really nice capture. The only criticism I'd have would be this person over here. You can't really do much about that. And well, one thing I would have done differently in the editing stage would have been just adding a vignette just to direct the viewer's eye into the subject, into Matis and his kids over there, just a bit more. But yeah, overall, it's just a really nice capture. This image over here was taken from the stage. Again, really nice capture. It's cool that you've got the kids over here just out of sight from the people down there. The guitarist here has been caught in some major groove, which is nice. Here Matis is just a bit blown out, but what can you do? You've just got so many different light sources in these situations. I've shot a couple of concerts before, and I just hate the reddish orange hue that you get from the lights that they use in a lot of concert venues. But well, yeah, I don't know. One way around that is by converting to black and white. Perhaps this might have been just a bit, well, yeah, as far as the red and orange hues, it might have been better if it was black and white, because those are just eradicated and they can look quite nice. But overall, it's a nice picture and very good. It's very powerful as part of this photo story, showing, the kids. They've probably seen him do this 1,000 times. They just are sitting there enjoying the music and playing some kind of video game. So yeah, nice shot. Next one, I didn't find this one as powerful as the other ones. Well, the kid has got his back turned to the camera. This guy over here, it's just slightly distracting. But yeah, I do like the way in which Matis is looking at his son with so much, well, yeah, so much. He's really, looks like as if he's really listening to him. But yeah, I don't know, it's just not as powerful in this photo story as other images. The point of Matis as a family man has already been made, and I don't find that this one really serves to enhance that feeling of Matis as a family man. Yeah, but it is cool that even though it was shot at 6400 ISO, it's virtually noise free, well, on the subjects at least. Yeah, so moving on. Yeah, this one over here, the first thing I notice is that the bed is slightly crooked. Otherwise, it's a nice shot showing Mattis's kids just enjoying a little time in the, I guess it's the hotel room. This thing over here, I don't know what it's about. And this thing over here, yeah, I would suggest for this one that just a slightly tighter crop, so that this area over here was just on the edge of the frame, and this thing was just outside of the frame. But overall, I think it's a really nice capture. You've got the kid over here all glazy-eyed, watching whatever he's watching. Must be pretty absorbing. Yeah, nice capture. Maybe, I don't know, the sheets over here might just be a bit burnt out, but yeah, I'm not sure about that. Moving on. This one again I didn't find as interesting as the other ones, although I like the mood that Mattis seems to be in. He seems, I don't know, contemplating, in a contemplative mood, thinking about stuff, and probably tired from touring, stuff like that. And there's just a lot in this image that lacks detail. This is just all black, same as here, and you just get a tiny bit of the bassist in here, which, I don't know, doesn't really fit that much. Perhaps if it was in portrait orientation, might have been better. Yeah, that's all I've got to say about this one. Although, yeah, this kind of does serve to draw the eye into Mattis over there. This one I really like. You've got all the dials over here, rows and rows of dials, just directing your gaze into the frame. I love the lighting on the guy over here. The only thing I'd say is that there's just a bit too much headroom, although he's pretty much located on the hotspot of the thirds, just on the, yeah, which is good. It's nice and dynamic composition. He seems to be concentrating a lot, and overall it's just a very good moment. And moving on to the next one. This one, I think, given that the previous one is, it's just, it doesn't really tell you much more than the previous one does. As well, you've got the head cut off over here, and, well, I don't know, it's not yeah, it's not as powerful as the previous one. Perhaps if it was taken in portrait orientation and you fit the whole head into the frame, might have been a bit nicer, but what can you do? Yeah. I like the processing. Can't beat you on that. Yeah, moving on. This image I just love. It's amazing. I love these images where, the photographer uses the light behind the stage to create this kind of halo effect. But I do notice a little bit of lens flare over here. Yeah, here and here. You've got don't know what that guy is playing there. You've got the keyboard player, the drummer. Well, in concerts that I've photographed, I've noticed it's often quite hard to get the drummer as well as everyone else into the frame. They tend to position drummers in the worst place for photographers. But I really like the way that these speakers over here and the darkness at the top kind of create almost like a vignette that just draws your eye into the center of the frame. And overall, yeah, I just think this image is great. And moving on to, I believe this is the last one. Yeah, you've got Matis on stage over here. This image shows that he basically moves around. He doesn't stand still, which is always nice in concerts. You don't want the musicians to just be standing still. The drummer again is hidden by Matis's hand, and even though this image does have those orange and red lights, I can't really say it bothers me as much because he's got the light. I forgot to say it here as well, that because there's none of those orangey lights, and just look at the skin tones compared to the previous one all the way back here. It looks like as if he's orange, the guitarist here. The skin tones are just much more realistic. Here you've just got a tiny bit of reddish, orangey glow. The guitarist guitarist and bassist look slightly red, but it doesn't really bother me. I don't think I would be, if I had shot something like this, I don't think I would be that certain that I'd convert to black and white. So I guess that's it really. I wish I had your job, Jared, man. Like, it must be great traveling around with musicians. I'm sure it's hard for you, tiring, but think of other people sitting in a glass and metal cage for 8 hours a day, doing a job that they hate. At least you love what you're doing. That's it for me. All the best, man. Take care. Keep up the good work. Peace.